So, welcome. My name's Gaynor from FitFish, and it's lovely to see you in this video where I'm talking about saying no is the new saying yes. So, why is it so hard to say no when we really deep down want to? Why do we end up saying yes to some things? You might remember that chap in The Vicar of Dibley. If anyone can remember his name, then do type it, where he would say, no, 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 yes. Even he couldn't stick with his no. In the end, hi there, in the end, he said yes. And maybe sometimes I think he said yes, 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 no as well. So often it's for good reason, isn't it, that we say yes to things because we don't want to hurt people, we don't want to disappoint people, we don't want to let them down. And we feel that we need a justification sometimes if we say no. We feel like if we just don't want to do something, or if we just feel it's not right, then it's hard to say that. We feel like we need a bit more of a reason. And that perhaps is something that women tend to do a little bit more. They seem to need to justify things. If you say to a man, oh, I like your top, most men will just say, oh, thanks. Whereas do you find if you say to one of your friends or someone says to you, oh, I like your top, you'll probably be like, oh, it's just old, or oh, I just got it from charity shop, or oh, had it a while, or it was in the sale. We feel like we need to justify things sometimes. We just can't say simple answers. We can't say no when we really want to because we feel like we need a proper reason. And this can be a bit of a problem. If we really want to say no, but if we're saying yes, it can be damaging. It can hold us back from doing what we're meant to be doing, can hold us back from our true potential. And when we are taking on things that we shouldn't be doing, then we don't have the room to do those things that we want to do or really want to do, or that God has called us to do. And it can also take its emotional toll because we live with a kind of disparity between what we really want and our real identity and actually how we're living. And it can be a little bit hypocritical at times. And yes, you want to help other people. We need to be serving other people in ways that God has called us. And there will be times, of course, where you need to take the tea towels home to wash them, or you help put away chairs, or whatever it is. But I'm guessing in those moments, you're not thinking, oh, I really shouldn't be doing this. You still want to, deep down, be helping and serving. But to serve others effectively, then we need to look after ourselves and make sure we're a true, full, living, breathing version of what God has called us to be. You've probably heard the illustration of being in an airplane, and if the worst happens and you're in trouble, then you would put on your own oxygen mask before you would help other people. And you need to be breathing to help others. And it's true in the area of how we serve. We need to be living, breathing how God has called us to be before we can truly help people in the way that he has called us to. And saying yes when you really want to say no can be a version of self-sabotage. So the definition of self-sabotage is when you get in your own way of reaching your goals, your purpose, your fulfillment, your passion, whatever it might be. And it's only you that's standing in the way. Now, this could be for many reasons. It could be quite subconscious, but maybe you think that the busier you are, the more God will love you, or the more you'll please God, or that you're not quite sure where God is, so you just keep trying to find him in different things. Or you could be putting others first before yourself. And again, having that limited belief of what you should be doing because you put others before yourself and don't treat yourself as you should. So that can lead to all kinds of problems, really, when we are self-sabotaging our own journey and our own destination. And some of those things I talked about not being true to ourselves and not living with our true identity. So what can we do about it? Well, The first thing, as always, is often the answer, is to have God at the center of your life and all of your decisions. Jesus expressed his heart and his passions, but he didn't always please people. He upset people, he angered people, he annoyed people, but he was close to God, true to God, and followed God with his heart, with his passions, and with his physicality. And the more you are yourself, the more you give yourself momentum to keep being yourself. When you start to shut off tiny bits of yourself and not follow the direction God has called you, then it's harder to do it in other areas too. So it's good to start practice recognizing when you're not staying true to yourself and not having that peace. Those little things that perhaps you should be saying no to rather than yes to. Start small, start recognizing when that's happening, and start saying no to some smaller things to give yourself that momentum of being true to yourself. Look out for sweet spots. Where do you feel alive? Where do you feel that you're serving God to the best of your ability? Where do you just feel like this is living, this is life? And of course, this might bring up some other things, some deeper things. Maybe you're trying to please people for wrong reasons. Maybe you feel that you need to go down a certain route that others are encouraging you to, and maybe you need some support and some counsel with that. But if you can stay true to yourself and true to God, it can be really, really liberating. You can find your true identity and walk in that, because it's unlikely that God will ask, why weren't you more like Moses? Why weren't you more like Abraham? Why weren't you more like Peter, like Paul? But what he might say, I don't know, is, why weren't you more like you? Why weren't you more like you? So if you agree with this, if you want to do what God wants you to do and what he's called you to do, and start saying no to other things that aren't of him, then type yes or give us a thumbs up in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, take care. It's been lovely to be with you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.